Log homes come in all shapes and sizes, from a tiny cabin on a hill to a log mansion. Everybody loves a log home, but what they don't love are the issues that are commonly associated with building, owning, and maintaining their traditionally built log home. Termites, carpenter bees, moisture and rot issues, flood and fire are all things that can rapidly destroy the home of your dreams. To prevent this destruction involves costly, time-consuming maintenance such as rechinking, resealing, and restaining. Not to mention the millions of trees which need to be harvested each year to build traditional log homes. Wouldn't it be nice to push a button to fix all these problems? At Thompson Moss Incorporated, we have the solution, where you can have a beautiful log home with the strength, durability, and low maintenance benefits of concrete. Costly exterior maintenance and the worry associated with it can be a thing of the past. Let's take a close-up look at the Thompson Moss stackable log structure. The exterior finish is a crucial component of any home. Not only should it resist the weather, but it should also have a beautiful appearance. At Thompson Moss Incorporated, we strive to produce the finest finishes on concrete, whether it has a log, stone, or lap siding look, with the choices of acid stain, dye, integral color, and masonry paint. Don't be surprised when people walk up to your home, touch it, and say, "There's no way that's concrete." On the exterior, you can see how the logs stack in place with the joints offset. At present, the logs are cast at a standard 8 feet in length. However, we do intend to add 12 feet and 16 feet logs to our inventory in the near future, which will cut down on erection time of a home. Each log is carefully dry fitted and placed to check for a perfect fit. If any adjustments or trimming is necessary, it will be completed before applying a bead of construction adhesive to seal the joint. Each wall starts with a base log or segment being set on the foundation wall if installing a typical joist floor, or directly on the slab where a concrete floor is being used. Base logs have a hollow channel similar to standard masonry bond beam block. This channel has one course of number 4 rebar placed in it, then is poured solid with concrete forming a band around the perimeter of the building. Once the base course is set, standard logs are then stacked on top of the wall to the height required. As you can see, every 4 feet along the wall, a vertical concrete column is poured encasing number 4 vertical rebar, which extends from the foundation. At the top of the wall, another course of bond beam logs are laid. This is also banded with number 4 rebar, and vertical column steel ties into this channel. Once poured solid, the beam and column structure is complete. Bond beams and columns have a 1.5 to 2 inch offset from the interior face of the wall, allowing for insulation and utilities to pass. As walls are being stacked, door and window rough openings are placed and the walls are stacked around them. These pressure-treated frames are then secured to the concrete surrounding them. This allows windows and doors to install in typical fashion without the need to create floating door and window jambs, because unlike traditional log homes, our walls will not expand, creating pinch problems in doors and windows. When pouring the upper bond beam, anchor bolts are placed along the wall every 4 feet to allow pressure-treated top plate to be secured. A termite shield is placed between the concrete and lumber, then the bolts are torqued, preparing the walls for the roof structure. Here's a look at the concrete log system from the inside. As you can see, this system works beautifully with all of the traditional building methods. You can see the wiring runs through the studs, which are bonded to the concrete in manufacture. Your outlet boxes just nail right on the side of the studs. Rough frame of your window just cut in place. Cut the log, set the rough frame in there. Window sits in place. Joints of the logs are sealed up with expansion foam to make a tight seal, and then you can put your choice of insulation in the cavity, whether fiberglass bat or spray foam or whichever insulation you choose. Every 4 foot along the wall there is a concrete column poured, bond beam at the base, bond beam at the top, tied together with rebar to make a very tough structure indeed. At the top you can see you have a top plate which is bolted to the top bond beam, which allows for your rafters, trusses, other floor joists to be attached to. just some of the many benefits of the inside of the concrete log structure. Let's look at the structure from an electrical standpoint. As you can see, our walls are wired in much the same way as a typical stud wall. Holes can be drilled through the wood stud strips, allowing wiring to pass through. There is also a larger 1.5 inch diameter hole through each concrete stud portion, allowing larger wires to pass. Because of the simplicity of wiring this wall structure as compared to a typical log home, wiring becomes much more cost effective with less time on the job. Our internal wall structure has a 7.5 inch deep cavity to hold insulation. This allows for as much insulation as can be inserted into a typical 2x8 studded wall. There is no limit on which type of insulation can be used because of the versatility of our product. This leaves the options up to the customer based on cost, efficiency, and any other factors that may be a concern. If anything other than foam insulation is to be used, then each joint inside the wall is filled with expansion foam to form an airtight seal around the envelope of the building. Traditional log homes make plumbing and exterior walls very difficult, if even an option at all. But not with our wall system. Even passing the board-in-place columns and bond beams can be accomplished easily with pipe diameters of up to 1.5 inches. This can greatly reduce the cost of especially vent plumbing, meaning less pipe and fittings, without having to find an interior wall to vent through. This also leaves many more options when it comes to laundry room floor plans. Typically on a traditional log home, the washer must be installed along an interior wall to meet the code requirements of the P-trap and drain line inside the wall. Our wall system solves this problem. Imagine you in the beautiful log home of your dreams, without the log home hassles. Say goodbye to termites, carpenter bees, rot, and other costly problems. The Thompson-Moss wall system has a much greater resistance to fire and flood, virtually unaffected by humidity or extreme temperature ranges, and essentially eliminates the need for destructive harvesting of millions of trees. Thompson-Moss Incorporated. Innovative, revolutionary, U.S. patented, incomparable value, and ecologically friendly. Contact us today. Give us a call at 615-489-6752 or visit our website at www.thompsonmoss.com. Contact us. Fill out the brief form, click send, and we'll be contacting you as soon as possible. Let's get started on building the home of your dreams.